emergency situation, particularly a long, spectacular fire, a canteen truck loaded with precious food and liquid refreshments is a common sight in the big cities. But in smaller towns, a canteen truck is a rare sight. That's why 60-year-old great-grandfather Chuck Lyons, a retired truck driver and Salvation Army volunteer, is so beloved in his city of Fresno, California. You see, 10 years ago, he stocked a battered van with food and drink, and no matter what time, day or night, began service with the first volunteer canteen truck in the area. The old van has since been replaced with a new modern truck, but the spirits are still there, as you'll see in this report. Watch.
On March 1981, we had an extremely hazardous fire, whereby we had some 80,000 pounds of anhydrous ammonia on fire. We looked through the smoke, and there was Chuck Lyons with his canteen, serving cold drinks to a whole bunch of exhausted firemen.
There's times you've been out there and you feel like dropping, and there's fire to be put out, and you look around and there's Chuck driving up.
Probably the thing that stands in my mind most about is his willingness to get up in the middle of the night, in the middle of winter, in the middle of summer, no matter how hot, no matter how cold. He's out there, and most of the time he's never been asked. He's just out there doing his own thing.
11 years ago, I went to the Salvation Army. Before that time, I would do nothing for nobody unless I got something in return. I saw a need to help my fellow man. And as the Salvation Army's motto, heart to God and hand to man.
Well, you have to understand Chuck. He really cares about people. When he came to Kalinga, he came ready to serve a bunch.
We've been here since 2 hours after the quake. Since we moved out into the perimeter, we have served over 50,000 cans of soda pop, 42,000 hot dogs and sandwiches, 25,000 bowls of chili, soup, and cereals and stuff.
Basically, we had a fire on the second level of a granary. In a granary, when you do have a for real fire, you have a high explosive danger. Any place within about a mile is either going to be covered with concrete or destroyed.
When you pull in, you don't realize the danger, but after it's all over with, somebody says something that said, "Hey, did you know that silo could have blown up right on top of you?" Then you start thinking about it.
There were several times that the atmosphere became so saturated with ammonia that it was burning our eyes and we could not breathe, and the canteen wagon had to be relocated to a safer area.
They moved me 5 times that night to different spots. I never stopped serving coffee.
We've been there for an hour or so. We look around the corner and here comes Chuck Lyons in his canteen wagon, and instantly everybody's looking forward to a big handshake from Chuck or a hug and a great big smile.
When you're hot and thirsty, I tell you, you just feel so thankful that he's there, and his big smile and just the way he makes you feel that he's glad to do it, that it's not a job to him to do it. It's just, it's tremendous.
He's not there doing something for his glory or for the Salvation Army's glory or anything like that. He's doing it because he cares for the people. He's the kind of guy that would give you the shirt off his back.
The mayor of Fresno, Dan Whitehurst, agreed with us that Chuck Lyons is a special person. He called Chuck to his office for a surprise ceremony.
Chuck, welcome to City Hall.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Chuck, it's my pleasure to proclaim you this day as the honorary mayor of the city of Fresno. I want to thank you on behalf of the citizens of the community for the service that you've rendered, particularly to our firefighters. And in addition, I want to thank you for the recognition that you've brought to our community. You've brought honor to our community by virtue of the fact that the fantasy program has recognized you. Let me present you with this. It's fun to be mayor. You have to balance the budget today and settle 3 labor disputes. So I hope you enjoy your day, and we want to thank you as the honorary mayor of our city.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Our thanks to our affiliate in Fresno, KSEE-TV, for their help in the preparation of that piece. In talking further with Chuck, we found out that he always had a fantasy about going to New York. Well, Chuck, your fantasy has come true, because you and your wife are going to spend 3 nights and 4 days in New York City as you tour the city on the Gray Line tours, taking in the Statue of Liberty and Lower New York and Central Park and Upper New York, plus other sites of the city, furnished by Gray Line Tours. And you receive this tote bag when you fly there via Pan Am, the first airline to the world, serving 38 countries. Pan Am brings new meaning to the word experience, and when it comes to flying, you can't beat the experience.